Margit Strout, and we're going to do Cooking for Your Health today. We're going to make popsicles and smoothies. Now, I'm not sure if you know, many years ago, my son, a friend of his, and I did a popsicle show, and it was a lot of fun. So you're going to get to see them eat it at the end, or eat them at the end. The first popsicle, and I'm going to kind of make the popsicles, and I've made some other ones, so we're going to have a whole variety of them. I'm going to make what we call a fuzzy navel. And this is a play on words because it's an old drink. But you take orange juice, and I'm using orange juice concentrate. The reason I'm doing that is peaches are not quite in season yet, so I'm using peaches that I froze last year. Now, to freeze peaches, I want to tell you a secret. You do not have to buy the preserving I don't know what they call it, but you can put, and I put in a quart of peaches, a quarter cup of sugar, and 2 vitamin C tablets. That is really what the preserving is. And it's a lot cheaper to buy a big bottle of vitamin C, crush it up, and then you've got it. Now, we're going to blend this. Make sure it's on there good. Okay, that looks good and blended. Now, if you wanted to make this into a smoothie, you could add a little bit of yogurt or a little bit of milk, make a great smoothie. I also want to point out that when we taste hot things, the taste is more acute. For colder things, we need to have more sugar or sweet than we do normally. So this is getting to be quite a good slushy. Now, the first time I made these, I used 5-ounce cups. And I think for younger children, it would be better to do 3-ounce. So I got 3-ounce this time. And I also need to confess a not good idea that I got because I was having trouble finding craft sticks. So I bought straws. Not the best idea. Let's see if I can get the rest of this out. Oh, I've got a piece of peach. Somebody's going to get a prize. Oopsie. Okay. Now, the trick to help keep these straight, and I'll also tell you, you need to go and check as they get partially frozen so that they're in here straight. You cut a hole in the top of a muffin cup, and then you use that as a stabilizer. That's the easiest way I have found to stabilize these. The popsicle sticks work better. And I bought these. These are the straws that are flexible. Don't use the flexible end because they tend to be a little flexible anyway. But there we go. Ooh. That's going to stay good because it has a piece of frozen peach in there. But look at that. Isn't that lovely colored? There are other things you can put in these. If you want to put a little bit of cream or yogurt, that will work. We want to have things that are nutrient dense and taste good. That is the main aim for any kind of food. All right, now since my blender has already got stuff in it, I'm going to do a banana and strawberry variety. Now, I have bananas that I have frozen, and I'm going to put, let's put the equivalent of 1 banana in there, and then I'm going to put some strawberries, and everybody likes bananas and strawberries. And I think for this, I'm going to add just a smidge of yogurt. Now I'm using plain Greek yogurt. I'll get all the orange stuff out of there. And just because I'm using the plain yogurt, I'm going to put just a touch of honey, because Greek yogurt is so good with honey. We're going to blend this up and pour it in the cups. I think while we do that, I'm going to let you all go to a commercial, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We have pureed this. I do want to say I added just a touch of milk because it wasn't quite thin enough for blending. Made it a little bit easier. And I have poured them into the cups. And again, we're going to put the muffin liners on. And this has been the best way I have found. I cannot find another way to keep them straight. You can use the the little popsicle things we used to have when we were kids. You can use those, or you can use, this. This is inexpensive and makes it easy. I've also found with the craft sticks, you just need to do a slit. With these, you have to do a cross or a little triangle, something like that, so that they get a little bit more open for the straws. And you can do different colored straws if you want to do one for each flavor, so the kids can kind of pick what they want to eat. But they're kind of fun. And any leftover straws you have, you can use for drinking, but they don't work the best. The popsicle sticks are better, which is probably why they call them popsicle sticks. I'm going to get the rest of these set, and then we're going to make another quick recipe. These are all very quick. You can do them with your children. They have a lot of nutrients. We're talking strawberries, we're talking bananas, we're talking peaches, orange juice. So it's a good, nutritious snack. It's much less expensive and much better for you than the ones that you buy in the grocery store. The other thing is, if you're on WIC, you can buy most of these foods on WIC. The yogurt is not covered, but that's still kind of nice. So, and they kind of look like little upside down umbrellas. But, okay, the next one I'm going to do is the chocolate and cherry. And anyone who knows me knows I love chocolate. I am totally a chocolate addict. So I'm going to put, normally I make the recipe with 2 cups of pudding. I think I'm just going to put about 1 because I don't want to have to have so many. And I'll put about half a cup of cherries. I have pitted these, and I use the little cherry pitter that I have. I've tried a variety of ways to get pits out of cherries. Again, the best way is the cherry pitter. Let's go. There we go. And that's nice and creamy. You could even eat it this way. Put out some of these cups. I'm not sure how many they're going to make. I'd rather have too many than too few. And you're just going to pour them. And I usually fill them as close to the top, but not all the way to the top, because you want to have just enough room to cut the very edge of the cup so you can get the cup off the popsicle. And if you want to, you can, as I did in the past, put a cherry in it. This time I'm not going to, because the cherries have some chunks in them. Let's see if we can get that last little bit out. And I don't know if you notice, the color of the pudding has changed. It's got kind of a red cast to it. The foods that are the most nutritious have the deepest colors for the most part. And all of these fruits and vegetables have a lot of antioxidants, a lot of vitamin C, and different other nutrients. That's kind of fun. I didn't notice that before. Okay, let me put some tops on. The other popsicles that I made for today to kind of show you, I pre-made them. I pureed just watermelon and cantaloupe. Just put them in the food processor, and the food processor works a little bit better than the blender for this. And you freeze them, and it's a wonderful slushy-like. And again, it's really high in nutrients, but it's inexpensive. It's low calorie, and you're getting your fruits and vegetables in there. I'm going to make one other popsicle before we go to smoothies, and this is a pineapple and banana one. And I just think this sounds like such a good combination because pineapples and bananas go together. And this banana isn't quite frozen. I will confess, those of you who know me know I'm stingy. When I have a banana that's turning black, I peel it and put it in the freezer, because I'm not going to waste food. And this way, you have bananas for banana bread or smoothies or whatever you want. And they weren't edible before, but they become edible. And the sweeter, again, you need to have more sugar or more salt if you're eating something cold than you do when you're eating something warm. Okay, we're going to blend this. Okay, now it doesn't look all that yummy, but it does smell good. I also want to add, I used crushed pineapple. If you want to do this with fresh pineapple, that's fine. I'm going to pour this into some cups. This could even be a great smoothie if you wanted to add some milk to it or a little bit of yogurt. It would be a really, really yummy smoothie. I might actually drink it as a smoothie. Let me see if this creation worked. Oh, well, that's a good one to drink. That's really good. And things happen, and you might as well make the best of them. I don't like bananas frozen. I need to clean up this mess. Sorry. Got a little overzealous on pouring that one, didn't I? I don't normally lick my fingers when I'm making food for other people, but that was a disastrous thing. You see, this was very easy. I bet this would even be good as a dessert if you wanted to make it, freeze it part way, and then crunch it up and make almost like a sorbet or something out of it. It was really good. Add some coconut. Okay, let's put these over here, and now we're going to go to smoothies. And I have some interesting recipes for smoothies. And some of these you're going to go, oh, why are you doing this to us? But they're good. The first is one that comes from the WIC calendar. And because it has banana in it, I'm just going to use the same blender. You put in 1 banana, and it's supposed to be a ripe banana. These are ripe, and it's good to have frozen fruit in smoothies. So I'm going to kind of, I'm trying to get a whole banana in there. There we go. And then you put in some strawberries. Ah! Kamikaze strawberry. We're not letting you get away. And then you put in some ripe peaches. And again, using frozen is good because you have a better texture. And I'm going to try to, approximate 2 peaches. Now this makes 3 glasses worth of smoothie. So there we go. That looked about right. Now, the recipe calls for some fat-free milk, about 3/4 cup. And then some vanilla yogurt. I'm going to substitute because I have my Greek yogurt. And it calls for a cup. So I'm going to put, oops, boy, I'm having the spillies today, aren't I? I'll put a little bit less, and I may add a little bit more milk. And because I'm not using the vanilla yogurt, get out there, I am going to add a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of honey. So it will sweeten a bit. I'm thinking that'll be enough milk. This will be a thicker smoothie. And let's throw just a little bit of milk in there. Let's find my lid. We're going to blend this up, and we'll see. And I'm blending it on liquefy just so it gets to be in littler pieces. Wow, doesn't that look yummy? Oh boy, the honey stuck to the top. Okay. And there you go. And I think I have more than 3 cups. Well, I don't know. That and some cereal, or maybe a couple slices of toast, a little bit of peanut butter, make a great breakfast. And most of the foods are WIC foods, except for the yogurt. Welcome back. Now we're going to go into the realm of the interesting smoothies. We've gotten a number of recipes that include vegetables. And everyone says, oh no. And honestly, when I first saw these, I thought, oh no. So I am going to start with one. I got this from NPR, National Public Radio, and it is a beet smoothie. Now the reason I said, oh wow, first was I love beets. I could honestly eat my weight in beets. So you take a small beet and you roast it. I did this in the toaster oven, and to roast it in the toaster oven, you essentially toast it on a pan. And it's a small beet. I cut it up. I'll put that in there. I have a teaspoon of honey, give or take. A banana. And I'm doing a frozen banana. That looks like enough of a banana. And then about a cup of milk. And you can use whatever kind of milk you want. You can do soy milk, you can do almond milk. I'm using skim milk. Now let us liquefy this. That has the most lovely color. And when you think of it, beets are a root vegetable. When you roast root vegetables, they become sweeter. I have got to taste this. That is really yummy. So you may want to add some other fruits to it to kind of cover up some of the beet flavor if you're really not a fan of beets. But this may be a way you can get your kids to eat beets. The next one we're going to do, I'm going to have to wash off the blender because we're going to do a recipe that our cameraman Max shared, and it has spinach in it. Okay, now for the spinach smoothie. You take 2 cups of fresh spinach, and I have washed this. I figured that's close. And then you put in a cup of frozen blueberries plus, or mixed berries, plus some strawberries. So I'm just going to put some frozen strawberries. One thing, if you use frozen fruit in these recipes, you don't have to add ice. And smoothies like ice. I've got a little bit of raspberry, a little bit of strawberry, kind of what was in my freezer. And then you add the juice of 1 lemon, but we don't have any lemon juice, so I am adding some orange juice concentrate. And it does call for juice, but I'm just going to add water. And then about a half a cup of Greek yogurt, which looks about like that. When I saw this recipe, I was like, I'm not too sure. We'll add more water if we need to. All right, let's see what happens here. I think that's about done. I think as long as nobody sees the green part on top, I'm going to try this. Now, I do want to say that the strawberries are very high in vitamin C. The spinach is very high in iron, so there's a good bit of calcium in this, so it's really nutrient dense. But I know it's in it, so let's try it. It's actually pretty good. So, I'm going to let you go to commercial real quick, and then we're going to bring out the popsicles and kind of talk about all the different things we've made. So here we go. We have different smoothies, some with vegetables, some without. And you could probably, we were just talking, you could probably add the spinach to about any of these. You could do a spinach beet one, or put more fruits in the other. I think if you did more raspberries or other darker fruits in the spinach one, it'll be nice. But they're kind of fun. Right now, I'm going to have a watermelon popsicle. Be careful with using the straws because sometimes they'll kind of lean over, but cheers. Oh, this is so good. For more information, please go to the Buncombe County website and look under Cooking for Your Health. And enjoy. I think this is like heaven.